One man, one time a year, would enter through the veil. He alone could stand in the Holy of Holies, where God's presence dwelled. It was a terrifying task, because if the sacrifice wasn't enough, neither was he. So they tied a rope around him, just in case he didn't make it out. It's a scary thing, wondering if God will accept you. But that's all about to change.
What's up, C3? Happy Easter. Let's stand to our feet and worship together. Here we go. You got thunder in your vocal, you got flames in your eyes, you got water working, power pouring out of your side. Check the tomb all the way through, the grave was empty inside. Ain't no other greatest pull, the miracle of all time. You got power, demons cower when they hear your name call. You got power, still towers, make Goliath look small. You got power to devour any counterfeit roar. Even your tongue is a sword, count up the score. You are the Lord. Holy. You are the Lord, holy. You are the Lord, holy. You are the Lord, holy. Hey, hey, hey. All those funeral You ruined when you made the dead rise. Heaven's here, they're using spit and mud to open blind eyes. You got wonders I can't number, couldn't count if I tried. Called the doctor and the doctor said I'm giving new life. Tell your enemies the victory is already here. More than 60,000 angels, just the tip of the spear. One day every knee will bow and every heart will be yours. This is the end of a war. Time up the score. You are the Lord. Holy. 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 Take it to the bridge.
Bending on the end and knee, swallowed up in defeat.
Can't count them.
How many raging seas open in front of me? How many victories?
Can't count them.
How many prophecies no one would dare believe? Now it's reality.
Can't count them.
How many broken men given a second chance? See all the lifted hands.
Come on, sing it. How many Thomases doubting your promises, standing and now convinced?
Can't count up.
How many hospitals said it's impossible? How many miracles?
Can't count up.
How many paralyzed living a different life? Go on and testify.
Can't count up.
How many sinners saved? How many bodies raised? How many empty graves? Let's go! Whoa! Whoa! Come on, shout it! You are the Lord! You are the Lord! Holy! You are the Lord! Holy! Singing, you are the Lord! Holy! You are the Lord! Holy! Come on, make some noise this morning if you know it's Easter Sunday and we're celebrating the risen Lord. Come on, y'all.
All right, Stewie, time to get ready. We're going to C3.
Oh, no, Father. I am in the midst of a battle of intellect, a grand duel, where every move determines the fate of my empire.
One misstep, and I could lose everything. You wouldn't understand its strategy, its finesse, its checkmate in 3 moves.
Buddy, we are heading to C3.
I think I shall stay right here and indulge in this frozen delicacy. Why? Because unlike some, I prefer my Sundays filled with creamy bliss rather than forced singing. You're losing control of this family, aren't you, Pop? You have any answers?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alicia Miller.
No worries, Stewie. We're going to have fun games and ice cream sundae for our family Fun Day Sunday, where kiddos and parents gather together at 9:30 and 11. You don't want to miss it.
All right, good morning. We're glad you guys are here. I'm not Trevin. That's Trevin. I'm Aaron. We're glad you guys are here this morning. Happy Easter. We're glad you guys are here to celebrate with us as we get to worship the risen Lord together. It's going to be a great time. The rest of the time we have together. Listen, if you are here for the first time, what we'd love for you guys to do, we want you to go to a place that we like to call the Hub. It's your one-stop shop for everything that you need. Whether you want to know what's happening, like we're talking about our Family Fun Day next week, or anything else, we want you guys to check that out. If you're new, go there, and you can actually go to c3church.tv/hub, or you can bring it up on your phone and just or take the camera, hit the QR code, and that way you guys can take it. It'll take you right to it. You can click on the I'm New section. You click on the I'm New section, it will get you a free gift card, totally free, no strings attached. I promise you, we're not trying to get you to come back next week. We just want you guys to know that we're thankful you guys are here, and have a great Easter. Make sure you take advantage of that. c3church.tv/hub. Next week, we're having our Family Fun Day. It's going to be an awesome Sunday. We want you all to come back. If you have nothing going on, we'd love you to be a part of it. We're going to be having games for the kids. We're going to be having some ice cream, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that. We are looking forward to the rest of the day we have together here as we get to celebrate Jesus together, what he did for us, the sacrifice that he made, and the life that we have new because of him. So what we want to do now, I'm going to pray, and then we're all going to stand to our feet, and we're going to sing one more song before the message, all right? Let's pray together. Father, We do thank you today. We thank you for everyone that took the time to recognize what this day means, what it means that you were risen and that you are now alive in our lives, and that because of that, we now have access to you. We now have a way to be with you. And God, because of that, we have forgiveness of sins. We have a new life. We have a new relationship. God, now as we celebrate that together and as we sing these songs, help us to know that they're based on your truth of who you are and what you mean to us. We love you today. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Would you guys stand with us as we sing some more? Let's lift our hands together this morning. Here we go. Lord, I lift my hands. I give all the praise to you. Everything I am, you give me the strength to do. Lord, I lift my hands.
Lord, I lift my hands.
I give all the praise to you. This is my response for making me brand new. Lord, I can feel your presence, putting all your peace in me. Lord, I can feel revival, breaking all the captives free. And though it sounds crazy, man, I used to hate me till I met somebody who told me how he made me, showed me how he saved me. And if you want the same thing, all you gotta do is just say, Lord, I lift my hands. I give all the praise to you. Everything I am, you gave me the strength to do. Lord, I lift my hands. I give all the praise to you. This is my response for making me brand new.
And I can't help that, I'm just being real. Everything to the mic can tell you how I feel. Y'all think I'm religious, I'm just trying to eat a meal. But I live on bread alone, you hear it in my zeal. Down bad, but you got me better. G-O-D, that's the best 3 letters. That we got me moving, got my need Rosetta. Keep your head up.
Lord, I lift my hands.
Lord, I lift my hands.
I give all the praise to you. Everything I am,
Everything I am.
you give me the strength to do. Lord, I lift my hands.
Lord, I lift my hands.
I give all the praise to you. This is my response. Yeah, this is my response. This is my response for making me brand new. Brand new. Brand new.
Only friend. What a friend. You're the only one. You're the only one.
Oh, what a friend I have in you. You tore the veil to let me through. All of my stains I've been made new. All just because you wanted to.
Open the gates and flood this room. Not even hell can hide from you. I feel the colors start to bloom. Tell me to leave and I refuse. Father, because you tore the veil, you are here with us now, and we are with you. We love you. We ask all these things in Jesus' name, and amen. You may be seated.
For generations, only one priest could stand before God. One man, once a year, for the sins of all the people. But then, a new priest walked among them. A priest who did not wear robes of tradition, but carried the very presence of God. A priest with a brand new sacrifice, a brand new system, a brand new way. The old way is fading, the new way is here.
All right. Happy Easter, watching online. Happy Easter. So glad you guys are here. I hope you enjoyed the great pies, donuts, and coffee. I'm nervous, okay? I'm when you guys are close, I like that. I'm trying to spit on you. I'm really nervous like a cat today, and let me tell you why. The last two messages I've done, we've been serious. If you're new here, it's okay. You don't have to know this. I'm just giving you a background. First message was about a month ago. I did on anger and talked about anger and how to deal with anger and what you should do, blah, blah, blah. I get home 3 days later. I lose it on someone I care a lot about. Probably the most I've ever lost it in my life. So exactly what I talked about happened to me. And it was like a horror story. And then probably 2 weeks ago, I did one on anxiety. And I'm not like, you guys may know me say I might be anxious, but I'm really not like super like anxious. Talked about anxiety and this is what it means. 3 days later, I think a panic attack. I mean, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I'm freaking out. So the 2 weeks, last two messages, what I've talked about has happened to me exactly 3 days later. That's scary. Why? Because this morning, I'm going to talk about how God tells one of his followers to go buy back his wife, who's now a prostitute. Hey, my wife and I are going on a cruise tomorrow. I'm scared to death. Day 1, day 2, I'm fine. Day 3, you better believe I'll be like, where are you going now? And so help me, if I see one pineapple on a door, I will rip it off. Now, I was waiting on this, and I'm telling you why I'm waiting on you, okay? If online you probably didn't catch this. They erupted in laughter. You know why? I did that same joke all 4 times. They're like, yeah, because they don't know what it means. You guys are horrible people. You're like, we know, yeah, upside down, I got you. Gosh, come on. All right. So why this wedding talk? So the story I'm going to talk about in the Old Testament is a guy by the name of Hosea. His name means salvation. Hosea was a prophet of God. And one day he's literally praying whatever, and God says, hey, I want you to get married. All right. Is she nice? Well, she's nice. Is she hot? Well, she's hot. Okay. But Hosea, there's one little disclaimer. So as you think about a wedding and you got this, gorgeous dress, veils are a big part. A lot of this is handed down through generations. And so Hosea, I picture in his mind, guys don't think about all this crap, but guys like, it's going to be a good wedding, excited, I'll have a wife. And God says this in Hosea 1:1. He says, go and marry a prostitute. We say, what? See, I think I misheard you, God. I know you want me to go get married, but I'm pretty sure you literally just told me you want me to marry a prostitute. Go and marry. See this beautiful white gown? See the veil? Go and marry a prostitute. What? Literally, marry a prostitute. Now the reason I brought this up is very, very important. I don't know how you feel about God this morning. Watching online. Maybe you'll watch this later on in the day. I don't know how you feel about God. But I want to flip that. And I want you to think about this morning, what do you think God thinks when he thinks about you? And if you don't get that right in your life, listen to me, you're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to be searching. You're going to try to do stuff. You're going to try to fix things. You're going to try to earn things. It's just different. If you can get how God really feels about you right now, some of you are like, bro, you don't know what happened last night. I don't care. And we're about to see something pretty remarkable about God too. Even Old Testament God that we're all like, he was the angry one. It's wild. What if your biggest barrier between God is actually how you see him? You see, I think we have a God problem, especially in the Bible Belt. And I love the Bible Belt, born and raised here. But in the Bible Belt, we have a God problem. And it's not anything to do with who God is. It's how we see him and how we project him and how churches project him. So who really is God? Look what God says in verse 2. He says, this will illustrate how Israel has acted like a prostitute by turning against the Lord and worshiping other gods. You see, I don't think he's saying this like, I want to show you how bad my people are. He's saying, I'm getting ready to show you, Hosea, how far I'll go to find the people I love. See, Israel was God's people at that time. And what he's saying is, I want this to represent my love for people so they never get this wrong. It's going to be such a bold illustration. They'll never, ever miss this. So they get married. By the way, Gomer, Hosea was a prophet, so he's the guy. He marries this girl named Gomer. That's right. Her name's Gomer. No wonder she's a prostitute, right? I mean, literally, honestly. If your name's Gomer, your life, Gomer, it's even worse. In the Old Testament times, Gomer meant finished, done. You're done. Can you imagine looking at your baby girl and like, she's done, over. So she lived with this cloud over her head the whole time. Her parents, probably in disgrace, named her Gomer. It was funny, last night at the 6, I was walking out and a guy came up to me. He was like, you're railing hard on the name Gomer. What would you do if a girl was there and her parents named her Gomer? You know what I said? Then her parents don't love her. Like you, right? I mean, that's a bad name. So you've got salvation and you've got this girl who's done, finished, ran through. Honestly, she's lived it through. And here's what we see. It's so awesome. They get married. I'm sure they're trying to put the veil back together again. And maybe we get out the wedding dress and look through pictures. They didn't have pictures, but, things are good. We got our 3 kids. It's wonderful. And she leaves again. And she doesn't just leave him. She goes back to her old way of living. And here's why I love this story so much. You'd think in that moment, if I was Hosea, I'd be like, God, listen, I'm trying to serve you. I'll be the guy you need me to be. I married a prostitute. It was kind of rough waters early on. We're from 2 different backgrounds. And I did it. And I was good to her. And I loved her. And we had children. I'm good to my kids. And I'm being a good dad. And she left me. So I'm done, right? Off the hook. And God says this. He says, go and love your wife again. Now this hurts. Even though she commits adultery with another lover. He literally is saying, look, the torn veil, she didn't just tear it. Now she has literally stained it more than you can imagine. Why? Because she's back in her old lifestyle. Done. Finished. And here's why I love this story. One of the most godly men in the Old Testament starts looking in back alleys, 4.5, dark places. Why? Because he's literally looking for his wife who's now a prostitute again. And God says, I want you not just go find her and love her again. Now, I want you to think about this because the story goes on and it gets worse. She actually starts getting traded as a sex slave. So she's now in the sex slave industry. Now think about this, and this is the way I picture mine. Imagine her, she's literally on the auctioning block, maybe in chains, maybe naked. She is now a cheap slave prostitute. And in that moment, Gomer or Hosea goes to find her. And here's what's crazy. I imagine him walking up to the guy, he's like, hey, bidding on my wife, sir, that's my wife. I don't care who you say she is. I can just tell you how much she cost. And if you got the money, you can buy her. I don't care who you think she is. Get this, guys. I don't care who you think she is. I'm telling you who she is. The world. Some of you in here right now, maybe your big problem is you don't see how God sees you. And God says, no, let me tell you who you are. She's my wife. You got to buy her. Think how crazy this is. But Hosea, you're married to her. You don't have to buy her. She's already your wife. And guess what? Hosea says, no, I'll buy it. Wait. You don't buy something that's already yours, right? This is the picture of Easter. God created all of us in this room. I believe that with all my heart. God's good. He's holy. He's perfect. But God says, I'm willing to go to the darkest places and I'm willing to buy you back every day, all day. Think about that. That's what he says. No, she's yours. I don't care. I'll still pay for her. Love pays full price, even when it's already his. You see, Gomer had lived most of her life with people paying for her. They bought her to use her. And finally, one man comes in and he says, I'm buying you, but not to use you, but to heal you and bring you back home with me where you belong. See, there's a difference. That's what God does with us. This whole Easter story you're about to hear in just a second, it's not about a guilt trip or why can't you get it together? It isn't. It's truly God saying, I'll pay any price for you. No, you don't understand where I've been. You don't understand where you'd have to search to find me, God, in the deepest, darkest places of my heart. And he's like, all right, go there. Literally, that's who God is. But we know life can stain. Life can sting. Life can hurt. When I was about 5 years old. My dad loves sports, coached Little League, all this stuff. He's always a sports guy, loved it. And one day he told my brother and I, he was like, hey, you're in the middle of summer, you knucklehead kids, you're not doing anything. If you're not going to cut grass, whatever. He was like, then work on your game. And it was baseball season, Little League. And he said, we had an old tee. And he said, here's what I want you to do. Take a bucket of balls and your brother can hit, you can go field them, catch them. And he was like, because if you hit off a tee, it's going to keep your swing, everything good form. He's like, even the pros hit off tees all the time. So it's just good practice. Like, okay, so we get out there and of course I take the bucket and I keep setting them up and I go chase balls like a little golden retriever. My brother who's 7, his name's Ryan. He said, he just keeps hitting them all over the place. In our yard, we live in the country. I'm chasing them. I finally come back, sweating, full bucket, hit it. I'm like, okay, it's my turn. And he's like, man, I think my swing's off a little bit. How about you let me go one more time? Okay. So he hits another bucket. I get him. I come back for the third bucket. He literally is like, how about I hit one more? I'm like, no. And he's like, okay. My swing's not right. This is a true story. He said, my swing's not right, so I need you to help me. So here's what I need you to do. I want you to get in front of the tee, and you need to get really, really low. Like low, like as low as you can get. And that way you can see the ball come off the bat. And when you see the ball come off the bat, just tell me if my swing's coming down. He's like, I think I'm chopping like up, something. I just know he said his swing was off. Okay, here's the craziest part. I'm like, that doesn't sound good, but okay, maybe. So I literally get squat down in front of the tee because he said, I'm gonna hit it over your head. We're all good. What do you think happened next? I don't know either. As little as I was, this is burned in my memory. I remember laying on the couch and my mom's calling my dad from work and it's like, should we take him to the hospital? And she's like, this knot on his head, it's covered his eye. I couldn't see out of that side. It was down to my cheekbone. And they go, they're like, no, that's good, blood, whatever. So I don't even go back then. It was a different world. Didn't go to the doctor. I was like, it'll be fine. But here's my thing. Here's why that story haunts me. I want you to think about this. Number one, I realize all of you probably had rough brothers, rough families. I get it. But I realize my older brother is a stone cold serial killer. Right? I mean, how many 7-year-olds that get mad they can't hit anymore and say, I'll just kill my brother? I'll literally murder him with a bat. I'm going to try. Think about swinging. Even if you're a little kid, swing as hard as you can with an aluminum metal bat at your brother's head. But you know why that story really haunts me? How dumb am I? How dumb do you have to be at 5 to go, okay, now don't hit my head. Oh, I won't. Trust me, we're good. And he was violent anyways as a kid. It's not like he was this angel that came out of nowhere. Larry, in that moment, why am I telling you that? Because this is life. You got to understand. When pain hits, sometimes pain has hit you because people did you wrong. People had bad intentions. People were bad. And they hurt you, and they meant to hurt you. But sometimes we have pain and stains because we make some bad calls. We make bad decisions. But here's the bottom line. I don't care where your pain comes from, whether it's you, them, whatever. It's still pain. And there's still a stain. And how do we fix that? Because I don't know about you, but I'm not very good at fixing my stuff, no matter how hard I try to do that. So he sees her on the auction block, and this verse, so good, Hosea 3:2. He says, so I bought her back for 15 pieces of silver and 5 bushels of barley. Now that number probably doesn't mean much to you guys, but the reason he used that number, a slave traded in that time period or bought or whatever would be double that. So what he's saying is she's literally became worthless. And here's why I like that story, okay? So she's clearly in the sex slave industry. She's being sold. And could you imagine being Gomer just a few years maybe before you look like this and you're marrying a man that people respected and you were maybe going to get respect. And for whatever reason, you choose to walk away from your kids and your husband and go back to the very thing. Could you imagine being up there in chains and thinking like, oh, terrible decision. I got myself in a real mess now. And then all of a sudden you hear some noise and all of a sudden you see Hosea coming, maybe with all 3 kids. And you're like, could it get worse? Because the first thing Hosea says, I think, is unbelievable. How? You see, I think today, a lot of us in here, if we're not careful, we think every time we screw up, every time something's wrong, that God's looking at us and saying, how come you can't get it right? Yeah, how come you know what you struggle with? How come you keep going back to it? How come you can't fix this? How come no matter how good I am to you, you still do this to me? You left me? Hosea had a million how comes he could have thrown out. So as he walks up and the shame is like, I can't make eye contact with my husband. This is embarrassing. And he says, how? Not come. How much? How much? Do you imagine that? You're like, here it comes. Lay it on me. Give it to me thick. How much? What? No, how much? I'm bringing you home. I don't care what it costs. I'm bringing you back home with me. Not how come. God's not saying today, how come you can't get it right? How come you disappoint me? Your parents maybe did. Grandparents, spouse, I don't know. But God's not looking at you and saying, how come you can't get it right? He's like, I know you can't. That's why I'm here. I'm not asking how come. I'm asking how much. Now here's how I'm trying to connect all this to Easter so you'll feel it. And this is the reason this story is so fascinating to me. Jesus was someone who religious people hated. Now you guys are the naughty crowd, okay? So you'll enjoy this more. The other crowds, I can tell, a little like, no, it stings a little. You guys will love it because it's us. It's us in this room, our peeps. Jesus did not like religious people, and they didn't like him. So if you're here, you're watching online, you're like, you know why I don't get into all this? Because of church people and religious people and hypocrites and da-da-da. Dude, Jesus would walk in and be like, absolutely. We're on the same page 100. Like, I agree 100%. They hated him. But you know why they really hated him? They could not fathom that God, a perfect God, if this was his perfect son, Jesus, would hang around with such scum. But it was almost like he intentionally was searching for the worst of the worst. So one time in Matthew 9, he's eating with a group of tax collectors and sinners and prostitutes, and he's having a ball. He's loving it. They're his friends. And they literally walk by and they're like, there's no way a holy man of God would ever talk or hang out or eat or enjoy people like this. Here's what he says in Matthew 9:13. He says, go and learn. I like that too. Go. Don't stay here. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? People want to come at you like, well, why are you doing this? I wouldn't do that. And Jesus is like, go. But he's like, before you do, I want you to learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I've not come to call the righteous, but sinners. Okay, maybe you heard that before, maybe not, but here's the beauty of that. That top part, he's quoting, I desire mercy, not sacrifice, Hosea 6:6. Why? What's he doing? See, you guys didn't feel it because you're like me. We're Americans. We don't get that. But these were religiously trained people who had all the Old Testament memorized. And they're like, why did he just quote the one story? And I'm sure Jesus looked at him because he's like, I'm Hosea. And no offense, you're all Gomers. I'm Hosea. You guys are not. You guys are the ones that need rescued. And they were so furious when he said that, they storm off. What do you think the Gomers in the crowd do? Yeah, cheers to him, right? Another one. They celebrate that. Why? Because he was explaining, you're all Gomers. So we can take the stained veil, we can take the torn veil, but here's the good news of Easter, okay? The veil didn't just tear the barrier. It tore the lie. What's the lie? The lie is, what does God think about you when he thinks about you? And I think if we could really capture that, we would be amazed. Well, how do I know that? Because the Bible tells us that if you've seen Jesus, you've seen God. Jesus said it's like, if you see me, you've seen God. That's who I am. And all the people who are around Jesus at the end of their life, they said, if we have to summarize Jesus with anything, it would be this: love. He loved us. In our darkest moments when we had shame and thought, oh man, he's going to reject us. He asked me to be his follower. Now is he going to kick me out of the group? No, he always had love. You see, that's the barrier of the lie. I told this story, all four. So I'll share it one more time because it's just so powerful to me. And I don't know how much my family's in here. My son's in here, so I'm not going to get emotional. But I'm serious, and I'm not being dramatic. This story, when I heard it 2 years ago, a friend of mine was telling me about his dad. And when he told this story about, or his friend, not his dad, his friend's dad, when he told this story, it blew my mind. Like that whole day, I came here. I was actually talked to him, came here, and just couldn't get out of my head. Here's what he said. He's talking about his friend's dad. He said his friend's dad, early 70s, his wife, early 70s, been married 50 plus years. They're eating dinner one night, okay? As they're eating dinner, she, like, I don't know, nervous, acts different, whatever, falls to the ground, I think hit her head on the table or the floor, one of those two. He calls the EMS, but he can tell she's not responsive. She passes away. think aneurysm, something like that. And his boys, so he had two sons. One son's a pastor, and the other son is like in some psychology, mental health. He does like counseling stuff. But both of these sons said, literally, from that moment when they said at the hospital, she's gone, for the 3 days building up to the funeral, he didn't say a word. We were really concerned about him because he didn't say a word. Why? He's devastated. And they said after the funeral, they came back to the house and like, we got to watch Dad. They're worried about him. We got to watch him. We got to see what's going on. He said, guys, when, basically sitting on the porch in his favorite rocking chair, they're sitting beside him on porch swings, and they're kind of looking at each other because they're like, man, this is off. And he spoke for the first time. True story. Spoke for the first time. And he said this: it's been a good day. Now, they're smart people, right? And one's a pastor. I've been around a lot of death. I've been at a lot of funerals. I can tell you, people say a lot of stuff. Sometimes you worry how they're handling stuff. So he already in his mind is like, this isn't good. And then the mental health guy's like, okay, he's avoiding something because he said it's been a good day. And right as they got ready to chime in that moment, literally he kept talking and he said, when you love someone as much and the way that I loved your mother, about 15 years ago, I started praying every day that she would go before me so she would never feel like I feel like today. And then he paused and he said, boys, it's been a good day. It's a good day. Now, why did I tell you that? Because literally God looked at all of us and he said, it's a good day. Good Friday? Your perfect son's being humiliated, stripped naked, beaten to death. Now they're hanging on a cross. Everyone's laughing. This is a good day. And God says, it's a good day. Let me tell you why it's a good day. Because he's doing this so all of you here and myself don't ever have to feel that pain again. That's why it's a good day. That's why we not only celebrate the fact that he's risen today. No one else has ever done that. No one else can pick their life back up like he can, but we celebrate because we see the love that he had. Now, as we kind of close here, I want to share, hopefully this makes sense. I know I'm all over the place. I get it. You're like, I'm confused too. But Hosea, Jesus, cross, here's why this is good. Okay? In the old system, here's how it worked. You had a priest, the high priest, and he was the dude. He was the man. Right? He's the people for the nation. He's the people. But they had a law where one time, or their system, where once a year they would make an offering, one offering. And it was literally for the sins of all the people. And what he would do is he would go into, and they had this very elaborate system, but in the very back of it, they had a large curtain, this heavy curtain that they called literally the veil. The veil. And this curtain was hanging down. And what happened was once a year, he would take the most perfect sacrifice lamb that he could find, get that lamb, and he would walk in. And tradition and history tells us, of course, the high priest had bells and very, like, the stuff he was wearing. But tradition tells us they would tie a rope to him. Because if he went in and God didn't accept that sacrifice, if God didn't accept your sacrifice for your mistakes, they knew he would kill the high priest. They're scared to death. And they're like, we can't go in because only one person once a year can go in that room. No one else has ever been in there. So if we don't hear the bells after a little bit, we know God killed him. We just pull him out. That's the world that they lived in. That's the world we somehow turned church back into. This do more. Am I accepted? Does God love? What would God think of me? Oh my gosh. Because you know you. You know you way better than I know you. Right? Like, no, there's no way he could accept. Oh, if he would just accept us. What if he killed? Am I sick because I did something wrong? Is my kid sick because we all believe this stuff. So I need to do more for God. That's the answer. But here's the problem in God's system. God never said you can fix your sin or your mistake with a sorry or an apology or a do better. God, from the beginning of time, said there's only one way to remedy sin: blood. Something has to die and pay for it. From the very beginning, he's never changed on that. So they knew the sacrifice better be really, really good. So what do? We're like, okay, God, I'm going to do more. I'm going to be better. I'm going to get my act together. I'm going to do the do gospel. But that's not the gospel. The gospel is this: it's done. No, you didn't hear me. Done. I know, Trent, but what I'm going to try to do, you don't have to. It's done. You couldn't do it anyways. You can't say enough sorries. You can't pray enough to do it. It's literally just saying, God, I can't do this. I needed him to do that. Here's why it's so awesome. Jesus is hanging on the cross. The Bible tells us that all of his closest friends have left him. He's alone. He's being mocked. He's been beaten pretty much to death, unrecognizable. In his shame, as they laugh and mock him and he's hanging on the cross, it says this. It says, Matthew 27, and Jesus cried out again with a loud voice the last time he spoke and yielded up his spirit. And behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The veil. This veil that's been stained and torn many places, literally torn in two. See, a torn veil isn't that bad. And let me tell you why. Because we can't do this. I can't cut my way in from the bottom. I can't walk in. And God's like, no, that's why I've separated. This fear you have no longer exists. Why? He literally takes the two pieces, the stain, and he says, because of me, you're made new again. You're made whole. Right? He absorbs all of our stuff, all of our stain, all of our sin. He says, none of you can't keep trying to wash it and do better and fix it. You won't. That's why you have to have me. He absorbs that. The veil was torn because now that old rule doesn't apply anymore. The New Testament tells us that we can literally approach God with confidence. Confidence. Well, Trent, I don't like that. Okay, you don't have to. I'm just telling you what we get to do now because Jesus did that for us. He became stained, so we don't have to be. He became torn so we could be put back in one piece. That's the Easter story. So, under the old system of relating to God and fear, here's why I chose this story. Hopefully this last thing I'm saying, the band's going to come up and sing another song. Here's why I chose Hosea. Hosea gets Gomer back. They put their life together. They put their family together. Cool story. And I'm not even saying that's marriage advice, okay? Can I just disclaim that? I don't want you to call me this week and like, yeah, she's been prostituting again, but you told me to take her back like Hosea would. Old Testament guys, we don't live in it, okay? Just be like, dude, you're going to be a prostitute. We probably need to get divorced, okay? Fair enough. But they get their act together. They're doing their thing. Good for them. Hosea starts writing again. Guys, this is baller. I'm telling you, this is drop the mic moment. So God starts talking to him again, and he starts prophesying. All that means is he starts looking into God showing him the future. Here's what God says. Hosea writes this down. Maybe he's looking over his kids playing with their mom. He sees everything restored. And God says, there's coming a king one day, King David. See, Hosea doesn't know who Jesus is, doesn't even know his name. But King David means there's coming a new king from the line of David. Jesus was. There's coming a king, King David. And when he comes one day, he's going to fix all this. You see, Hosea, you see how you're looking at your wife right now? See her playing with the kids? See how happy they are? How you restored it? One day when the king comes, he's going to do this for everybody. And here's the statement that's so good. This is what Hosea writes. He says, the fear of the people will not be of terror anymore of God. The fear of the people, the terror of God will no longer exist. And this statement, I'm telling you guys, it's so good. It says, but will be in awe of God's graciousness towards all humans. Think about that. Hosea, after getting all this back together, he starts writing. God's talking to him, and he looks at his family restored, and he says this. He says, one day a king's coming, and this fear of God we have in the veil, it's going to be gone. Why? Because all will be in awe of, not fear, but awe, in awe of God and how amazingly gracious he is to all humans. I told you at the beginning, Hosea means salvation. Gomer means finished. What happens when they get back together? You know what we get? Salvation is finished. It's done. That's what Easter is. So here's what I'd like to do. If you would, let's just pray together. If you could close your eyes. Father, I pray today for everyone in this room, everyone watching online. God, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know their situation, but you do. And God, more than giving some prayer to fix their stuff, and I hope you do. I hope you help fix their problems and work in only a way you can. But more than that, God, today, on this Easter Sunday, I pray these people will realize how you truly feel about them. I pray that they will walk out of here a little lighter and a little freer, realizing I can't do more. I was never asked to. Because the only thing you accept is blood. So God, thank you this morning. Thank you that when you look at all of my junk and my stains and my sins and my stupidity, that you don't say, how come? How come, Trent? How come you keep going back to that well? How come you keep doing those things? You literally say to me, how much? And you paid the ultimate price with your perfect Son's blood. So this morning, God, thank you. I pray for people in this room, and not some ritual or some way. Come forward, raise your hand, just right where you're at. Or if you're watching online, right where you're at, maybe driving in the car, you can do this. Maybe today is your day of salvation, for it to be finished. And it's so simple. Just like Gomer, we can say, God, I'm in a mess. I keep getting myself in a mess. I can't get out of the mess. I don't know how to fix it. I can't fix it. And that's why your Son did it for us. So here's what you do. Maybe right now, just to yourself, no one else looking around, just pray and say, Jesus, I'm trusting you. Jesus, my faith is in you. Jesus, thank you for saving me. And the Bible tells us that the moment we put our faith and trust in him, literally everything changes. It all changes because now Jesus not only gives me new life, but lives in me by simple faith. Jesus, my faith is in you. Jesus, I'm trusting you to fix my sin and shame that I can't. Jesus, save me. Buy me back. Jesus says, I already did. Just simply asking you to trust me. I've been searching for God. No, you haven't. He's been searching for you the whole time. God, thank you for this amazing gift. Thank you that we get to walk out of these doors hopefully lighter and freer because you have given us the ultimate gift. Not only life, not only salvation, but freedom. We get to walk differently because of you. We ask this in your Son's name. Amen.
For generations, there was a barrier. But then, the moment Jesus died, the veil was torn. Not from bottom to top, as if man could work his way to God, but from top to bottom, because God made a way. No more priests, no more bells, no more separation. Because of Jesus, the way is open.
Let's stand and sing one more time together.
Oh, what a friend I have in you. You tore the veil to let me through. All of my stains have been made new. All just because you wanted to. You open wide the gates of grace. No more chains, I'm free to chase. Every promise, every truth. I stand in all of all you do. The stains are gone, are gone for good. Not covered up, but understood. You just don't patch, you make brand new. Now nothing keeps me far from you. Once was blocked, now I walk through. No more distance between me and you. The veil was torn, the grave was too. Now I'm alive, now I am new. With every heartbeat I will sing. Your love has made my
So let the heavens roar with praise. For all you've done, we celebrate. With every voice we shout your name. We'll never ever be the same. Come on, make some noise as we worship tonight. Come on. He's alive. Let's celebrate. Because he's alive, our lives are changed. Because he's alive, we're alive. Because he's alive, we have access to the Father. Let's sing it. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who can. You turn graves. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. Shout it, you turn graves. You turn graves into waters. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. Shout it, you're the only one. You're the only one who can. You're the only one. You're the only one who can. Come on, give him your praise. Let's hear it this morning. We're not done yet. Let's keep celebrating. Let's keep singing. Let's sing this praise to him right now. Let's go. Sing this with us. I search the world. I search the world, but it couldn't fill me. And man's empty praise and treasures that fade are never enough. Oh, then you came along. Then you came along. Yeah. And put me back together. And every desire is now satisfied here in your love. How good is he? Let him know. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Oh, nothing better. I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me friend. Oh, 'cause the God of the mountain is the God of the valley. Now there's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Oh, there's nothing better Let's sing it to the one who brings change. Come on, sing it.
You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who cares.
Come on, sing it. You turn mourning to dancing.
You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who cares.
Shout it, you turn graves. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. Yeah. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who cares. You're the only one who cares. Oh, there's nothing. Come on, you sing it. Oh, there's nothing. Yeah. Nothing is better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Sing it, you turn graves. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. Come on, make some noise if you know he's alive. Come on. Come on, he's alive. Let's go. Let's celebrate. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for being there. I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk his way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth to me. This now it occurred to me, hell gon' burn like 3rd degree. If you know your herstory, Jesus paid that purse for me, and he took that curse from me. If you think that's perjury, boy, you better learn to read. Hey, me and my baby girl in one accord, call that double dutch. I've been walking with the Lord, can't be doing such and such. Wait, I took a minute, but now I'm back in it. If God isn't with it, I don't want to visit. I went independent, it's gotta repent it, cut out that fake. I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth, 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 as in heaven on this.
Too many perks to being a child of God, I can't pop one. It's too many songs, not about the crown, I can't drop one. If God pull the trigger, something gon' happen, this ain't a pop gun. Gotta get the full picture when it come to life, I can't crop nothing. Okay, gotta pay my dues, I know he gon' reimburse me. I can't hide my love for God, Brody, you can search me. Horoscopes and dream catchers tell me, is it working? Some of y'all be too drunk off clout. Don't be thirsty. Trying to break through like halfback. Don't need the lights, you can have that. I'ma run the other way, that's backtrack. As I get bigger, I minimize. Had to take me a break, it's too many lies. Now I'm back to it like a 9 or 5.
Hey, I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it works. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth, 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 as in heaven on this.
Sometimes you never really follow through, doing the things you said you wouldn't do. I know, let you know, what doesn't matter if it came to be. You were only killing time to fill me. I know, let you know.
Time has its way, pulling you back, pulling you back. And time has its way, pulling you back, pulling you back. But I can't help but wonder,
do I ever cross your mind? Do I ever cross your mind? First time was never really new to me. Broken records feeling like a lucid dream. I'll go where you go. Went down to Clay and learned to live again. $27, I'm indifferent. Oh, who knows?